Welcome back to the Instant Fame. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Tiffany Trump, a figure who continues to captivate public attention while carving her own unique path in the spotlight. Tiffany Trump, the younger daughter of former President Donald Trump, has always existed in that intriguing space between political legacy and celebrity culture. In recent months, she's made headlines not for political commentary, but for her bold fashion choices and unapologetic self-expression. The phrase Tiffany Trump bared it all has been circulating across social media, sparking conversations about confidence, personal branding, and the evolving expectations placed on public figures. Unlike her older half-siblings, Tiffany has maintained a relatively low profile in the political arena, instead leaning into her passions for law, fashion, and personal advocacy. But in mid-2025, she turned heads with a series of striking public appearances that showcased her growing confidence and willingness to challenge conventional norms. Whether it was a daring red carpet look or a candid social media post, Tiffany's choices have ignited discussions about autonomy, body positivity, and the right to self-definition, especially for women in the public eye. One of the most talked about moments came during a high-profile event in June, where Tiffany stepped out in an ensemble that left little to the imagination. The look was sleek, modern, and undeniably bold, a far cry from the more conservative styling often associated with political families. Critics were quick to weigh in, some praising her fearlessness, while others questioned the appropriateness of her choices. But Tiffany, ever poised, seemed unfazed. Her response? A subtle but powerful social media post emphasizing self-assurance and the importance of wearing what makes you feel empowered. What makes this moment particularly interesting is the timing. In 2025, conversations about personal agency, especially for women, have reached a fever pitch. The public is increasingly rejecting outdated notions of how someone should present themselves based on their family name, profession, or gender. Tiffany's choices align perfectly with this cultural shift, owning her narrative without apology. Beyond fashion, Tiffany has also been making strategic moves in her professional life. With a law degree under her belt, she's been quietly building a career that blends advocacy, public speaking, and even some forays into entertainment. It's a delicate balance, but one she seems to be navigating with increasing finesse. Her ability to stay relevant without relying solely on her last name speaks volumes about her understanding of modern celebrity, a mix of authenticity and calculated visibility. Of course, no discussion about Tiffany would be complete without addressing the inevitable comparisons to her siblings. While Ivanka Trump has long been the political darling and Donald J.R.B. the fiery commentator, Tiffany has carved out a niche that feels distinctly her own. She's neither trying to outshine nor mimic them. Instead, she's writing her own playbook. And in an era where audiences crave genuineness over polished personas, that approach is resonating. Social media has played a huge role in Tiffany's recent surge in visibility. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok have allowed her to connect directly with fans, bypassing traditional media filters. Her posts strike a careful balance, personal enough to feel relatable, but curated enough to maintain an air of intrigue. Whether she's sharing glimpses of her fitness routine, snippets of her professional projects, or simply a sun-soaked vacation snap, each upload feels intentional, contributing to a larger narrative of independence and self-assuredness. The reaction to Tiffany's latest era has been polarized, as is often the case with any Trump-adjacent story. But what's undeniable is that she's mastered the art of staying talked about, a crucial currency in today's attention economy. Even those who might disagree with her choices can't look away, and in many ways, that's the point. As we look ahead, it's clear Tiffany Trump is just getting started. Whether she leans further into fashion, expands her advocacy work, or surprises us with something entirely new, one thing's for certain: she's doing it on her own terms. And in a world that's constantly trying to define people before they can define themselves, that's a victory worth noting. So, what do you think? Is Tiffany Trump redefining what it means to be a modern public figure, or is this just another celebrity moment destined to fade? Drop your thoughts below, we'd love to hear your take.